We saw those probabilities in the previous example for the Skittles bag. The question becomes, how do you find probabilities like that? And there are two main ways to find probabilities in general for our course. And the method we're going to learn on this page is the empirical method, also known as relative frequency, because that's what it is. Now, the word empirical, a lot of students I don't think realize what that word means. If you look it up online, you'll find that it means from observation or experiment. In other words, it's going to be from real life data. So you're going to have real life data and you're going to be able to find the relative frequencies, and that relative frequency of that event is the probability, right? So if you take the frequency of event E and you divide it by the total number of trials, that will be the empirical probability. It's based on real life data, right? Because that's what the word empirical means. They can vary from data set to data set. So for example, this particular table shows the number of US active duty personnel by service. But of course, these numbers are going to change. If I redid this example, next year or the year after, the numbers would all be slightly different. So it does vary from data set to data set. Okay, so let's complete this table. And again, this is not a project. This isn't something you have to do with Google Sheet. It's just a lot easier if you do it with Google Sheet, but you could do it with Desmos. So let me grab our data set. Now, if you remember, I have posted this in the data sets for students, so you should be able to get access to this. And we're going to click on the tab that is the active duty by service tab, not the Skittle colors tab. So first thing we need is the total. So I'm going to type equals. Oh, and it already knows I want the sum. So if I hit the little tab button on my keyboard, it will come up with the total. I will now write that number down. It's a very big number, so I've got to fit it into that box right there on my paper. I'm putting commas in just for the sake of knowing where things are, but you don't have to put the commas in if you don't want to. All right, now to find the probabilities, we need to do what we did in chapter 2, which is to find the relative frequency. We want to take this cell, right, which is B2, and we want to divide it by the big guy at the bottom. So what you can do is you can say, hey, take B2 and divide it by 1349597. You can just type the number, or you can tell it B8, which is where that cell is, but then give it dollar signs so that it's locked in place. That is a fixed cell reference. So if I hit enter on that, there it goes. It fills out the rest of them. Now we only want 3 decimal places, so I'm actually going to shrink the number of decimal places. And there it is. So now I'm going to go put those values on my sheet. And if you want, you can write a little bit of instructions for yourself of how to do it. So you're taking this number, dividing by the total, but you don't have to write that as long as you understand how to find these values. And you'll notice that the sums are 1 for the probabilities, right down here. So you found the sum for 1, and you also found this sum right here. Now, as to why these probabilities are empirical, there's that word again. Empirical, again, means from observation, from real life. So these are empirical probabilities because they were calculated from real life observed data, right? This really is the number of active duty personnel by service. Now, which services are unusual? Unusual means that it's less than 5%, which is less than 0.05. As a matter of fact, we should probably make a note of that because not everybody realizes 5% is 0.05. I wrote it up here, right? So 5% is 0.05. So you're looking for values that are less than 0.05 in this list. And 2 of them fit the bill. There are 2 that are less than 0.05. There's rather obviously the Space Force because 0.008 is less than 0.05. And 0.03 is 0.032 is smaller than 0.05. So both of these are less than 0.05. The way to compare decimals is you look at the first decimal place, 0 versus 0, that's fine. 0 is smaller than 5, so this one's smaller. 3 is smaller than 5, so that one's smaller. Although my 5 got kind of muddied there. There we have it. Okay, so the services that are unusual would be Space Force and Coast Guard are both unusual because the probability of either, right, the 0.008, the 0.032, is below 0.05. All right, what percent of U.S. active duty personnel are in the Air Force? All right, so that's a different word, percent. Percent means we have to change it from a decimal to a percent. So if we look at the Air Force is right here. So the probability of Air Force is 0.237. So the percent would be 23.7%. It's just a little review of how to move from a decimal to a percent. You move the decimal 2 spots over, right, to the between the hundredths and thousandths place, because that symbol there stands for divided by 100. So you're moving it to the hundredths place. If we select 800 U.S. active duty personnel, how many do we expect to be in the Navy? How many is a whole number, right? Spelling the word number wrong there. How many would be a whole number? So what we need to do for this, and this is kind of setting us up a little bit for chapter 6, to be honest. Let's find the probability of Navy first. So the probability of Navy is 0.258. Okay, so 0.258. So what we can do is we can take, the number expected would be n times the probability. This will come back to us in a big way in chapter 6. So you just take the 800, because 800 people are being selected total, and you multiply it by a 0.258 chance of being in the Navy, and you find out how many people that is. So let me grab Desmos, because that is not something I'm going to do on my own. So 800 times 0.258. Oh, I should add that you're more than welcome, if you want to find that table up above using Desmos if you so desired. I mean, you could sit there and divide each one of those things by the totals and stuff like that. It's just more trouble than it's worth sometimes, but you could divide. There you go. There's the Army, 0.339. And you could just sit there and keep doing things like that over and over rather than doing the Google Sheet. I just did the Google Sheet because it's quick and easy and it finds all of them quickly. But it's not required. There's no assignment for it. So if you want to use a calculator, use Desmos and find it by hand, then so be it. Remember, don't get in the habit of using your phone. You're not going to get to use your phone on the exam. So practice with Desmos. You don't want to wait until the week of the exams to start learning Desmos, because that makes your brain do extra work at a time that you don't have the capacity for it. So learn Desmos now, get used to using it now. That'll make exam time go a lot smoother for you. And I will say that I'm going to round this to people. I'm going to round it to a whole number, right? Because you can't have zero point 0.4 of a person in the Navy. so we're going to round it to 206 people technically in the Navy that we think, right? We think it would be around 206 in the Navy.